Hi, this is Miss Everett from Flint Hill Elementary. Hello, fourth grade. Today, we're going to learn about summarizing literary text. Now, it's going to be quick, and at the end, you're going to write a summary, okay? Our story we're going to do is A Jacket in the Boot. As we're reading this, think about what we're reading. Think about the details, the main characters, and things like that. I'm going to read from my book. A Jacket in the Boot. When we visited my parents' friends in England, their son James and I became fast friends. One afternoon, he and I decided to go to the park. It was cool outside, so James was looking for his jacket. Then he said, "Oh, I think I left it in the boot." I looked at him puzzled. Why would he leave his jacket in a boot? James started laughing. Then he told me that in England, the trunk of a car is a boot. We had taken a drive in the countryside earlier because it had been warmer then. He had left his jacket in the trunk instead of wearing it. So when we're summarizing this story, we need to think about all those things that we heard. Because when we read and summarize, we take the story we read and put it into our own words. We don't duplicate the whole story. But today we're going to use a story map to write our summary. This is a story map. We are going to do just this part. And when I'm done with that part, you're going to do this part on your own. And you could just do that on a piece of paper. Okay. So to summarize the story, we need to think about the details that were important in understanding it. We're going to complete the story map to identify important story details. Okay. It already has the characters for us. Remember, the characters were an American boy and James, an English boy. Now let's think about the setting. Where did this story happen? When we read it, where were they? Well, you know what I read? It was England on a cool afternoon. So I'm going to write that. Oh, we're a little off on my board. Really off on my board. So it's England. We're just going to leave England because it's really off. What was the problem that happened? Let's think. There's only one thing that was a problem. There was a misunderstanding. Remember that word boot? I didn't know what that word boot meant. So there was a misunderstanding about the meaning of the word boot. Let's see if we can get my board to work a little better. Meaning, no, we can't. Of word. Let's write as least as possible because my board is not cooperating. All right, now we're going to talk about the events. This might be tough because my board's not working. But what's one of the events? The boys went to the park. Well, that wrote a little bit better, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'll just write fast and it'll work. What else did they do? James left his jacket in a boot. Oh, look, I left out the E. Can we fix it? Not really. I'm writing fast and slow because my board doesn't like me, guys. So it's going to go quick. Then what happened? The American boy was confused. What's the last thing that happened? The English boy, James explained. You know what, guys? James explaining, I crossed it out, is actually the solution. James explained this is actually our solution to our problem. And yeah, sometimes technology messes us up. So it all looks like that. But you can watch the video over and hear what I said for each detail and also write it down. And then you're going to come here and write a summary about this story. And you can go back let's see, is it gonna work? And you can read this. You can zoom in on whatever device you're using and read that too. And you can take information from there that you thought was important to put in the story. So students, just go ahead and get writing on any piece of paper, and I'm sure you will come up with a better summary than me. All right, guys, start writing. Have a good night.